This is the take 2 of this video. Just make sure that the focus is all fine, because yesterday's video was completely screwed up, and on top of it, the take 1, when I started talking, I got interrupted for something which I wanted to talk about. So there are a couple of things that are happened over the last 24 hours, I would say, which kind of really tested my patience. Okay, and one thing is like it's actually continuing to test my patience, so I'm just like controlling myself. The first thing is, yesterday I recorded the video slightly earlier, so I didn't like, usually, as I told you, I usually record it around like 11 o'clock in the night when my day is over. But yesterday I recorded it slightly early, but after I recorded it, I got on a call with one of my colleagues, and while I was on a call, there was another message that came from one of our senior managers, that they wanted to know why we were silent in one of the calls that happened in the evening. Apparently there was some issue, and we intentionally kept quiet because one of our leads wanted to confront and talk about the issue and tell what is delaying certain things and all. But now a senior manager pinged us and asked, like, why are you both silent and stuff like that. And he started bringing in reference to people who were actually waiting for response from our end, and it actually tested my patience. Like, my mm, team member, he too got a little bit agitated, or I would say triggered, because of the because of the message rather, and he immediately, like, I don't know what prompted him. He immediately sent out a series of messages to my manager telling that this is what is the current situation, and if we start talking about this in a call where there are about 30-35 people, it'll end up being embarrassing for both us and for the person whom we are talking about. And that's the reason why we didn't wanted to open our mouth, but we continue to work on the things and make sure that everything works fine. But now the thing is, he didn't know the story from our end. I don't blame him for that, but the key thing is, like, he was trying to support the person who was trying to blame us. Okay, and there was one person who actually raised the voice and told that they are blocked because of it, and they're waiting for a response from our end, and we are silent. And we had to send a series of messages along with screenshots and proof and all those stuff, telling why we are not talking and what we are doing. And it was really, I mean, it was totally an uncalled for situation, wherein we literally had to take this resort of sending 1 week old screenshots like of conversation that has happened in the middle of the night with their team members, and why they are not responding at all. I mean, I don't know why this happens in the corporate world. Like, why does somebody have to take a side? Like, I mean, as a manager, like, at least I've started learning that there is no point in taking stance on just one side. Okay, better understand the story from both the ends and try to be neutral, or try to be towards the side which is more apt, or which is more right. Okay, here it is happening like, I don't know. I don't want to even blame anyone for what is happening, but this is the type of the system that we live in, wherein people just take it for granted that if somebody is silent, that means they have done a fault, and they are trying to hide away from that, and they are there to get all the bashings and scoldings and whatever on a public forum or wherever. In fact, like, as I told you, I just lost my patience yesterday, and even I sent out a series of messages to my manager telling that please don't assume things just because we are silent, and please try to understand the ground reality, and also requested him to go and talk to the person who actually raised their concern, whether that person is right and whether they have done what they are supposed to do. And the very moment he sent all these messages, he just went on a back foot, and he's like, okay, fine, thanks for the context, have a nice evening. Just signed off the conversation like as if it was like nothing. The way he sent the first few messages and the way he signed off, it sounded like very extremely, and like I would say, like, it was unprofessional. Let me be very honest, it was very unprofessional. And that, I mean, like, an entire night, it just disturbed me like anything. Like, why do people behave like this? Why can't they get to know the story from both the sides before even blaming that what I am doing is wrong or what my team member is doing wrong? You just can't blame just because you have the rights to blame, or just because we report and we are supposed to bend our head and listen to whatever is being told. anyway, that's something which kind of put me off last year night. And what happened today morning is nothing related to that conversation, but apparently there is a temple which I've been telling many times during the last 1.5 month, right next to my house, and they are trying to do a religious function or whatever this time. So this is like exactly a year back. They constructed a new um, arch or gopura, what you can call, and everything in the temple premises at the end of the road and all. Now they want to do that 1 year celebration, and they want to do so many religious activities, but they just don't care about people. They just want to do a function, they want to do it. They just like, they went ahead and set up the entire thing. Like morning when I, like last 2 days, they have like they have put all the lighting arrangements, everything, which kind of started affecting my house, because like the the electricity line is pulled from the same pole where even my house electricity line is pulled from, and the amount of lighting and all they have put, it is actually affecting the voltage in our house, and it was fluctuating, and it was troubling us since last evening. And today morning when I went to complain to the the BESCOM authorities that there is some voltage fluctuation in all, the first thing they told us, we can't come to your area because that, sorry, we can't come to your road because it is sealed down. I told like, who told you it is sealed down? Like, there is no COVID cases in our road, thankfully. Like, I just don't want anyone to get it. He told like, no, both the ends of your roads are closed with barricades, we can't come. I told it's not because of sealed down, it is the temple people doing some functions because of which they blocked the road. So I literally had to wait 2.5 hours and like repeated calls and like visits to the BESCOM authority to get them here to see what's the issue. And they eventually came, they sorted it out. But in between all these things, these guys are going ahead and doing some religious event wherein like there are like some 50 or 100 people who have gathered here. Uh, Zero social distancing. I have photographic proof from afternoon, zero social distancing. They're like literally a crowd. Thankfully, I'll tell you, our road or our area does not have any COVID cases. Just imagine if even if one person there is a COVID positive, it would spread like wildfire. Like the way the people are were standing in the afternoon, and in fact, like even now, that's why I got interrupted when I started my first recording. It is just absolute carelessness, and just like, and it is actually backed by ministers, and it's backed by people with a lot of money, and they just don't care. All that they want to, like, they want to do and they will do it. That's how they operate. And I had to force myself to go and complain it to the police via social media that this type of thing is happening. And I think within no time the cops actually came down and they made them close the temple, and they asked like, do you have permission? They didn't have any permission. Just because they have a backing of a minister, they thought that they can go and do whatever they want. So they made them close the temple. So from afternoon till about like I would say like half an hour or something from now, they were all silent and closed. Now again they opened up, they're continuing with it, and probably like, there are more people now than afternoon. And the people in the temple, the guys who handle all these things, they're literally threatening people not to take photos and videos, because if that goes outside, then that would mean that there'll be like there'll be complaints like in police station that these people are causing all this issue. It's actually like, I'm telling you, there's a strict lockdown in place. Temples are not supposed to be open. Forget about even this 5 o'clock to 12 o'clock thing. Temples are not supposed to be open. And even on top of it, they're doing a function which is like calling for gathering. That's actually a criminal thing. And they know it. And now they're threatening that you're not supposed to use your phone when you're standing in a group there, because by chance if the photo or video goes out, then it will be a problem. This is the type of state we're living in. I gave a complaint, police came, warned them and went, but still they're continuing to do it. I mean, these are the type of thing that tests my patience. I don't know if I'm actually a little bit blank now. Like, should I go and call the police again, or like try to create an issue? Because these guys are like not the type of guys we want to take panga with. And as I told you, like one of the guys here is like the husband of a local corporator, and he's leading it from front, and he's one of the guys who's from a very bigger political party, and he's coming and he's leading it from front. He is behaving irresponsibly. I'm telling you, he is behaving irresponsibly in between all these things. He knows that situation is bad. Our area in one of just hardly about 200 250 meters from our house there are so many positive cases, but still he wants to lead it, and our very own deputy chief minister backs up all these things. This is a kind of situation that we are living in, and I'm really embarrassed to say, like, we are living in this area and between all these rubbish people. So I'm kind of like, with both these incidents, I'm kind of like very pissed off since the last 24 hours. And afternoon when they closed the temple, I thought that okay, they learned the lesson and they kept quiet, but now they made it worse, and they're like even threatening people. I don't know what much to say. I just need some time so that I can think whether I have to again go and complain about them or what to do. I'm not sure. So I'll just close it here. I mean, I have still few meetings to attend in the office. I just don't want to lose my temper and go in a very bad mood to that meeting. So let's see if I can come back to the normal, not the new normal, come back to normal and attend the meeting, which is probably in another half an hour's time from now. So that's it. What I wanted to tell. I'm in a very agitated mood today, so I just don't know. It's probably showing up in this video. This is the first time probably I'm just talking in this tone and talking in this kind of a mindset. So hopefully it should not happen again. But this is what happens every day. Like, don't ever think that every day everything is nice, happy, and everything goes fine. These are the type of situation that everyone lives with. I'm not telling you me. Everyone lives in such kind of situation. Nobody talks about. My neighbors are afraid of going and complaining because they feel that they might be questioned, like, why did you go and complain, or they might be like threatened for something at all. So two of them actually told they didn't complain because they're afraid of them. This is the type of world that we are living in. This is Bangalore in 2020. I don't know what's the future of it. I'll talk to you on Monday. Thank you so much for listening. Bye bye.